Russia's annexation of occupied territory in Ukraine is a key moment in the war with major implications for what happens next. Foreign correspondent Tom Burridge joining me live now for more. So, Tom, why is Putin doing this now? What is he hoping to achieve?
Deidre, I think Vladimir Putin right now is desperate. This is a desperate move from him in light of major battlefield defeats by the Russians here in Ukraine. And I think there's really a couple of things that I'd like to highlight about this move. I mean, one is that Putin is not only trying to declare that suddenly these regions of Ukraine which his forces control are part of Russia, but actually more territory in the eastern Donbass and in the south. And for me, that really is an admission of failure by the Kremlin. They're effectively saying we're going to annex territory, but actually we don't control it. And remember, Putin's goal in this second phase of the war, once his forces were pushed back from around Kyiv, was to take the whole of the Donbass. He hasn't managed that. And while he's speaking at this ceremony in Moscow, his forces are potentially surrounded in another key strategically important city in the Donbass by the Ukrainians right now. The Ukrainians say they are threatening to surround Russian troops here, and it could be yet another victory for the Ukrainians on the ground.
So what does all this mean for the trajectory of the war now, Tom?
Well, I think it won't deter the Ukrainians at all. I mean, you know, yes, there's this big kind of pompous ceremony in Moscow, and we've just been listening to Vladimir Putin's speech. It's full of factual inaccuracies about the reality here in Ukraine, about historical claims over Ukrainian territory, the idea that Putin doesn't even recognize that Ukraine is an independent nation, and a sense of victimhood from Putin that we've seen on many occasions before. A lot of rhetoric against the West, and particularly the United States, claiming that the United States is the aggressor in all this, when we know that Russia has invaded a sovereign country, Ukraine. I don't think that this move to annex the territory makes a real difference on the ground. I don't think it will deter policymakers in Washington, in Brussels, in London in any dramatic way. They will take it into account to some extent, and that is because Putin is trying to say to the West, now that those territories are, in our view, part of Russia, any attack on those territories is considered to be an attack on Russia. He's ramping up the rhetoric in any way he can, but I think he's doing so, once again, because he is in a weakened position. And I think the main audience of his speech today, amid this massive ceremony to declare this so-called annexation, is the Russian public. He is facing increasing levels of dissent in Russia right now, and he is trying to kind of say to his people, I am all powerful and look what I can do.
Tom Burridge, thank you for the excellent reporting there live in Kyiv for us.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.